This is Van Electric Ghost. This is Peg Talks Up More Sound and Painting Expansive Sound Experiences. And these songs are going to go on another project we came up with, which is called Three Things a Lonely Fuck Should Never Do. This is going to be a brand new record that we're going to put out possibly on Bandcamp, but more likely on the streaming services we have been using through Landar. But we might try it, but we never had a good response on Bandcamp, so we're probably going to go with Landar or TuneCore and make another CD, because this is kind of a different album. It's kind of off the cuff like we usually do, but we like a lot of things we've done. What we're doing here now on these songs, some of these songs, is we're using our Arturia Mini Brute 2S. We're using our Make Noise Morphogene, our Mother 32 from Moog, and our DFAM, and we're mixing those analog and Eurorack hardware synths with the OPZ, which is another hardware synth. So that is interesting that, we initially, on The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb, most of those songs are OPZ. Wretched, Symphony Number 8, most of those are OPZ. We have a scattering of songs, but we're starting to, integrate the OPZ from Teenage Engineering into our workflow. So the first song that does this is Drop Them Drum Bombs. And my wife is Barbadian, so I kind of get the dem lingo from her. But the idea of the song is that, sometimes people have looked at the U.S. as, having a tendency to drop bombs. If you go back to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we know that, Japanese attacked us at Pearl Harbor, but we dropped the first nuclear bombs. We attacked Iraq. There wasn't really any good evidence for that. So a lot of times in Vietnam, we did massive bombing campaigns that hurt a lot of civilians. So the idea of this song is, look at what the truth is. And sometimes the U.S. has been a bully and has, used our weapons of mass destruction, and then don't expect anybody else to potentially do it. Not that it's right either way, but I'm pointing out a fault. And so this song is talking about how, like, if somebody is a dissident or is not following, the current political ideology the West has, sometimes they're attacked and they're bombed and they're destroyed. You can look at Vietnam and Korean War as those kind of examples. The Iraq War, where, we picked an enemy that really wasn't involved in 9/11. So this song starts off with a sample of a Phantom Electric Ghost song through a Make Noise Morphogene Eurorack sampler. So we took a sample of a Phantom Electric Ghost song and we slowed it down and used the Morphogene. Has the ability to do a lot of time shifting and morphing of a sample. The sample can be up to 3 minutes long, but you can actually take a part of it and repeat a certain section. So we actually have it repeating a certain section of a Phantom Electric Ghost song at a very slow speed. And then sometimes we're playing the filter through the song as we record it into a digital recorder, a Zoom R24. And so we get some variable effects from that. It can be somewhat messy, but it's, it's kind of like, I like to record somewhat in a messy way from an aesthetic, sound aesthetic. I like mixing things up and not having everything perfect. I kind of go from a grunge perspective, a punk aesthetic, somewhat what Neil Young would do with Crazy Horse. The idea is that you don't always do it clean. You do it kind of sloppy on purpose. Or, if you look at the Velvet Underground, you look at Big Star, Alex Chilton III, Tonight's the Night, Time Fades Away. These are type of albums that I'm inspired by for that type of style of recording. So on top of that, we have an OPZ that has a repetitive bass loop that we did. We basically did two 16 step tracks that we have running in a loop, and then we use the manual override on the OPZ to do some improvisation on those tracks. So you can actually play over in the improvisation mode on the track. You can actually play over your sequence tracks to a certain degree based on the voices available. And so there's some overdub playing in a live mode while this is being recorded. So initially what was put down is we put the OPZ down first, and then we integrated to make noise morphogene. And then we also have what we're doing is we're playing a Arturia Mini Boot 2S connected through MIDI to a Juno GI keyboard and manually playing the two oscillator synth through MIDI. And we're taking the kind of bass end of the keyboard to create a riff that we play, and then we take the top end in the mid section of the synth to do some modulation, kind of whammy bar with the modulation wheel on the Roland. So it's interesting. I like to do. I used to do that a lot with the Mother 32. I've trying it now with the Arturia because it's a 2 oscillator synth, and you have the ability to do that. I've also done that with our System 1M using our Arturia to control it, but I've tended to control my Mother 32 with my Juno keyboard, and I've also, like now starting to control the Arturia 2S with the keyboard. Though a lot of times I do use the sequencer, but sometimes I want to be able to actually play the keys, and so that's what I did on that song. Now, Play at Full Gain is another song that is using the Arturia Mini Brute 2S, and we're manually playing it, and we're using it to do a kind of like really kind of rough industrial 9-inch nails kind of beat or melody, along with I believe on this song we actually used the DFAM. I go back and listen to it. Yeah. So this song actually uses a DFAM, and we're not using the OPZ at all. So what we do, this is a fully analog song. This song is using the Moog DFAM, Drummer from Another Mother, to create a beat. We create that beat, and then we play the Arturia Mini Brute 2S linked through MIDI. We're playing both oscillators. And what's cool about the Arturia is that you can mix the oscillator waveforms with faders, which is different than what you do on a Moog, which is all dials. And, the Moog Mother 32 only has 1 oscillator. You can fake it out to make it seem like it has 3. But the Arturia is very clear. You can take the waveforms, and each waveform is on a fader. Some on oscillator 1. And oscillator 2, it's a switchable oscillator. And you can control the level of the wave. Is like a mixer section is the actual oscillator control, and it lets you control how much modulation or how much of amplitude is going to happen on that wave. And there's 2 LFOs, and there's really good amp envelope. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it. The amp envelope has a looping capability that you can actually create loops, and the actual modulation CV switching section of the synth is very extensive, similar to a Mother 32 or DFAM. And so you can do a lot of cool things with it. And we played with it with its sequencer, which is very powerful, more powerful than the straight keyboard version of the 2, Arturia 2, Mini Brute 2. So the 2S is kind of like the go-to one for producers because you can do a lot more with it with the sequencer. There's a lot more opportunity to do very advanced modeling, and you can assign different types of things to the sequencer. It has like 4 different levels of sequencing. You can do it on the pitch, you can do it on the gain, but you can also do it on like kind of user selected items through the CV capability. And then that allows you to do a lot of really cool sequencing that's pretty advanced, more than what you can do on a Mother. Mother has a lot of capability, but you don't have 2 oscillators. You don't have this level of control. And the oscillators on the Arturia sound very good. I've been able to get them to do some similar things I had done with the Mother 32. There's some songs that I've done, like the Lioness. The song Lioness uses the Mother 32, and I kind of got it to sound like a sax. I didn't exactly get the Arturia to sound like a sax, but I got a lot of the growl that I got out of the Mother. I was able to get out of the Arturia, so I like that. People are saying that the 2S doesn't have the kind It's a little more refined than the first Mini Brute, and I never had the first one, so I'm not sure. Other than what I've heard on the YouTube videos, but I find it very useful. It's a very powerful synth. It's an interesting thing to use. I'm very interested in a couple of things that came out today. We've been looking at for NAMM. There's a bunch of new devices that seem to be on the way, and Sweetwater just did an ad for a brand new kind of thing going on. So we'll get into that. But there's like the MPC will be cool. Is a cool like sequencer device that will be able to that you can build a whole album with. But now they've created a new standalone system that's different than the MPC. And I'm just trying to find it because I was looking at it today, and I'm very interested in it. And now I'm kind of got off track because I was multitasking and I got this email came in. Okay, here's what it is. There's a brand new machine called Akai, who makes the MPC or MPX. It's got this thing called the Akai Force Grid production system. And it is what they call it blurs the lines between contemporary music production and next generation DJ performance. So what it does is it gives you a standalone MPC, MPX type of machine. It's got like 4 sound engines built in. You can link it to analog gear through CV. You can enter through USB MIDI. It does have some jacks on it to do. It doesn't have quarter inch. It has an eighth of an inch, which is kind of a pain because then you got to get a conversion. That's not impossible though. So the MPX and MPCs have like quarter inch capability. So they've lost some of the connectivity on some of the interfaces for it to make it smaller. But for $1,500, it is a standalone performance system and recording system. Allows you to build, samples, drum loops, analog instruments, synthesizers can be brought in, and you can build a whole song. And you can actually see on the touch screen, like you're working in a DAW. It's like a standalone hardware DAW. Which for me, as a hardware synth person, the MPC, MPX have always been kind of the thing I want. But the MPC and MPX still had the ability to connect it to a DAW, and we're kind of still DAW focused. This is what I've been looking for. This is a totally standalone machine that you could use for performance. So let's say I'm Family Like the Ghost. I've got all these road cases. I got all this stuff, and I got to go to Austin, Texas, and I don't want to pay a lot of money to ship my road cases. I could take my songs and bring them into the Akai Force Grid, store them, and have them set up in the system. And then I could actually perform these songs on the pads and be my DJ with my own music. I could also integrate an OPZ. I could integrate my Eurorack. I could take a Korg Mini-Log XD, and I could take a Roland Axe Edge, and I could be a lot smaller footprint than carrying my big setup that I have now, and it could fit. Roland Axe Edge could be in a guitar kind of case. This could be in my backpack with my OPZ, which actually could be in my pocket. The Korg Mini-Log XD could fit in a small, onboard carry-on. So it means that you could actually travel and know you've got all your gear on you. I could take one of my mixers, like my Roland MX1 or my Yamaha MG10X. And so what I'm trying to find is because live performers have had an issue nowadays with clubs not giving us a lot of time to set up. And if you can use a smaller footprint, but still, as a musician, you want to use hardware synths. So the Roland Axe Edge gives you a really good keyboard, velocity sensitive. You got 1,300 sounds on board. You use this Akai to do like a DJ type of set that you could integrate DJ capabilities along with modern electronic music production and even rock music production with this machine. And I think that is this is a big thing. So the things I'm looking at is like, I think this year the Mini Log XD gives you a polyphonic 4-voice analog synth for under $600. This is a $1,500 production system that you can bring on the road. The Akai Force Grid production system. And the OPZ, I mean, you could take the OPZ if you really want a light footprint, take a Teenage Engineering like OPZ, and you could do a whole show with that. We've seen Cuckoo do that. We've seen that done. And, but if you want to be able to have a little bit more pyrotechnics to your show, integrating like the Akai Force Grid system with a Mini Log XD to give you like polyphonic sound, analog sound, and then using a Roland Axe Edge to do some pyrotechnics with a guitar. We give you a good stage presence that doesn't really take up a lot of room. It makes it so one person can carry all this stuff. You could have, the guitar kind of case for your key guitar. This Akai system could fit in a backpack. The OPZ can fit in a backpack. Your mixer can fit in a backpack. You can bring a couple boutique modules or Volca modules, and you can have a very small footprint as an electronic musician and still be able to kick ass. So that is something we're very interested in. We have a lot of interviews on deck for this month. We'll be talking to some additional bands, so stay tuned for that. Check out our sponsors and our vinyl album on Digger's Factory Records. Dark Ghost Volume 1 is available, so please check that out. We have a lot of listeners now. We have over 7,400 listeners. I'm not pleading, but, if you like the Ghost, can you please check out Digger's Factory Record and Dark Ghost Volume 1 and do the pre-order? We'd appreciate it. And all the musicians that listen to us, we interview bands for free. And if you want to help support the Ghost, please check out our Dark Ghost album and buy it on Digger's Factory Records. It's coming out in April. It's $24, but it's a double vinyl record. It's part of our Dark Ghost series of records. We have a Dark Ghost album on all the streaming services, which is out there right now. You can check out. And The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb is going to be available on Amazon.com. And Symphony number 8 is out there right now. So you check it out, and we'll talk to you later.
So you're gone, so you're gone, not alright. Get all tight all night, so bummed, and now you're all gone, not alright. Get hold tight all night, so bummed that you're all gone. So rude, so rude, so crude. You're tight. Hold tight all night. Gonna get bombed. We're gonna get bombed. Like the U.S. doesn't anybody done goes on and on about how we're wrong. Gonna get bombed. You're gonna get a bomb. You're like the U.S. does to anyone who says we've done them wrong. Hold tight. Bombarded all night till you tell that night with a truthful eye. You're bombed. It's totally gone. You know you should say what you need to say to your someone who says we've done wrong. Get bombed like Lebanon, then you're gone. It's so bombed, like someone done somebody wrong. You get hog-tied, interrogated, one time all night. You don't know you're wrong. Emotions too strong. You're gonna get bombed like you. Someone said the U.S. done wrong. Just like Lebanon. Oh, you're gonna get bombed. Like someone done somebody wrong. You say it too strong. Oh, get 52, you're gonna get it on. Ooh. You're bomb. Maybe that B1 can get it on. You're bomb. And someone said the U.S. done them wrong. Like Lebanon. You're hog-tied and interrogated. You're hog-tied and berated. You're waterburger till you're baited. You gotta say what you need to be stated. You've done somebody wrong, so you're gonna get done off. You're gonna feel collateral damage all night long. It's time, wag dog. It's time, bring the flag, come on. It's time to wag dog. Somebody done somebody wrong. It's time to get bombed. It's time to wag the dog. It's time to do it wrong. Somebody didn't wave flag and they're gonna get bombed. Yeah. Oh, collateral damage ain't wrong. If they don't sing that song, oh, somebody done somebody wrong. You better not say it's the U.S., you'll get bombed. Yeah. Somebody done somebody wrong. You better not say it's the U.S. or you'll get bombed. Just like Lebanon. Somebody done somebody wrong. And you get bombed. The whole time somebody lied, then somebody died, but nobody cried. Guess they were on the wrong side. Somebody got hog-tied, and somebody cried, and somebody lied. Don't know why. Somebody died, nobody cried, nobody questioned right. And dudes pimping lies. They're on the other side. Yeah. Get gone. They done wrong. They go wrong, they go wrong, they're too strong, they come on and they all get bombed. Guess you could say that's American carnage. Guess you could say that's haunted. I guess you could say that's American carnage. I They gotta say the whole thing's haunted. Oh, they must have taunted us. They can't mess with us. As American carnage can't mess with us. And a bomb we trust can't mess with us. Bomb we trust can't mess with us. Can't mess with us. You could never take man. You can never understand. Phantasm was I got the plan. Whether you be a woman or a man, you I could take it by your hand. I could take that woman or man. I'm a phantasm and I do what I can. I'm a master plan. You gon' feel it. You don't know if it's real soon. You gon' feel it till the dawn, and then you'll be gone. And like a whisper in the night, and like a deadly cry, I just protect my over you. I got a hold on you. And they done. I gotta trust your cause. You gotta do it till you're hard. And you know it's just because I'm a phantasm. It's time for your own side. Yeah, feel pain. I am a brain. I'm more than a pie. Defamation gets down. That's the plan. It's deep down. Don't feel difficult and you're not in the key. No pain without any again. Feel your expansion. When you feel good, my man. Feel that expansion. It's gonna blow your tune. Blow out tune. Not for death tune. Not for death tune. My God. Feel that you told you flower song at midnight in tune, and you'll be on the soon. But the deathly gal in that room. You don't feel it, it's not real. You're gonna feel it, don't concept. I told you about the confusion. I told you about the confusion. But now you know that fucking collusion. Yeah, fucking collusion. I feel it until we bleed. I feel it until you don't need it. You're that animal pain. It's forever gonna burn. Feel that animal pain. It's forever be that game. feel it in a little bit. We don't feel it forever on a day. Disturb, rebirth, and disturb and together everywhere. I don't play that game. Ain't no digital reframe, whatever. I don't play that game. Don't play that game. This ain't no digital reframe. I don't play that game. Don't play the game. This ain't no effing digital reframe. Don't play the game. Don't play the game. This ain't no effing digital reframe. I don't play the game. Don't play the game. You better feel it. Okay. Okay. Hello, brain.